Oh boy, a big box. Wonder what we got. You know, I should have backed it in instead. Oh. Hey guys, how's it going? I know this has been on the channel before. This is our 2017 Yamaha golf cart. We bought it, I want to say about a year ago. Got it for the tractor shows. My mother wanted something that she could drive around on and look at things because, well, I won't say it, but, well, she's getting older and she doesn't quite like walking around and looking at everything. And she wanted something that she could drive around on and look at stuff. So we went to a dealer out in Apple Creek and we looked for the cheapest thing that we could find on their lot. We had seen this one and inquired about it. I can't remember what we paid for it, but it was a lot less than the rest of the ones that we saw. It was an older one, it was a used one, and they're used a lot. It was one of the rougher ones and they're used a lot. There was another one on the lot that was a little bit cheaper than this one was, however, but we didn't end up going with that one. There was a reason for it, I don't quite remember. I had no problem with if we got something that needed to be running, needed help, I had no problem with getting it running again, but there was something about this one, I don't quite remember what it was. I think this one was in a little bit better shape, so we went ahead and went with this one, well, a little bit better shape mechanically. So we went with this one, we got it. Been using it, it's been doing really well. Last month we went to a steam show out in Wauseon, Ohio. One of my favorite steam shows, to be completely honest. Took this out there, friends of mine as well as myself, we were there, and we all were walking around. We were going somewhere, I can't remember where. I think we were on our way to the flea market to look around for a piece for my whistle. And myself, my mother, and three of us all, well, it was me, myself, or my mother, myself, Nate, Mason, and Jack. We were all hanging off of this thing, running it around on the path. I think there was somebody else on it, but I don't quite remember. I know there was quite a few of us on it, so. It's only a two-seater at the moment. It's got a thing on the back of it for holding golf clubs, but we drove it around like that. We had all of us on it, which was pretty funny. So after that, we kind of started looking around for something bigger. We were going to take this one and trade it for something else. Plus, I kind of want something with bigger tires. That way, grass isn't getting into the blower housing like it has been, and I've been having to clean it out. And maybe better tires, because this one got stuck a couple times in a couple of different places. It's kind of low to the ground, and those tires don't have very much traction to them. So, in the process of looking around, there were some ideas made to fix this one up, which I kind of started on the idea of, let's just hang on to this one and let's just fix this one up. This one's in really nice shape, and we got it for basically nothing. So, it'd be pointless to go out and get a brand new one. We're not going to get what we got, or we're not going to get what we have into this one out of it. So let's just go on ahead and fix it up and let's make it nice. So what we're going to do today is we're going to I have a back seat for it. I brought it over here with the truck. I'm sure you saw that. I have a back seat for it. I want to put on there to make it a 4-person golf cart. And the way to do that is I will show you. This is a completely new world to me, and I have never done this before, so I'm sure all you professionals out there who have done this are probably going to laugh your asses off at me while I do this. We got to take this off. This holds your golf clubs on. As you can see, it's got the strap and things here. There's bolts here. I'm assuming that there's a slide in here that slides out. It may even bolt into the back of the seat, which is really what it is starting to look like to me. There's bolts. Actually, I think that's what holds the seat on. well, no, maybe not. But there are bolts going into this frame here from the seat. I'm thinking that the plastics here are going to have to come off. I have not done this before. Like I said, I haven't seen anything on this before. I was sent a couple of videos to watch, but I have not watched them. So we're kind of going into this thing head first, and we're going to see what we can figure out. I like doing it this way. I don't like watching stuff on things to see how it's done. I'd rather just get into it, do it myself, and learn. So let's go on ahead and let's grab some tools and let's see what we can figure out. Oh boy. So I think the first thing I want to do is I want to see what these are for. I believe that these bolts right here hold this basket in here. So I'm thinking the ones that we're going to want to go for are those. However, I do want to loosen this just to get it out of here. That way it's out of our way. What do we need for that? It looks like just a Allen head and a wrench. We might get lucky and find out that, no, that's the wrong size. I bet you it's metric. This is a 10 millimeter. Why do I have to be right? Yeah, I was afraid of that happening. Let me grab a socket, and while I'm over here, I'll grab a fan. I guess we can set this in here. I don't see why not. At least for right now, while it's still attached. I do have, which I don't see. Yeah, actually. There we go. I found one that'll work. I was going to grab a socket and use the impact, but I don't know if I can get it out this way. That's what I'll do. The only annoying thing about people with golf carts is the fact that they seem to think that they own the roadway and they can cut you off and go anywhere and everywhere they want, which is not true. And it's really irritating when you run into that. I've had it happen. I've had them cut me off. Now that I think about it, that may not be the best spot for that. And it looks like there's more. Well, that one there's a normal bolt. This one over here is something else. But I'm assuming this comes out, and then once this comes out, we can get to those bolts. I would think that those bolts right there would hold this assembly to the back of that seat, which is supported by a frame going through there, I noticed. And then there's these plastic things, but I think they're just there for looks, because I see that they have little plastics going up. Then there's a metal frame going up to the roof of the car. One thing that I could live without is that roof. It's nice in certain occasions, but after those certain occasions are gone, it can go. I'm not a fan of having things above me, to be honest with you. I like having them just not. Because when you're going under things or through doorways, like how I did through the shop where those stairs are, you have to watch it to make sure you don't hit it on anything. It's like a washer. I know it. There it is. So there we go. Now we have that. That was nice having that on there, though, I will say that. So we'll take these, I'm assuming they're 9, or they're whatever, to, I wonder, that's got to go down into the frame. I would think it does. That doesn't hold the seat. We might want to take this off and just look under it and figure it out. This is a 10mm. Please tell me there's not. Feel anything anywhere. I think it just threads into the tools, may as well use it. Let's see what's under door number 1. What do you think? So that's how you get to the transmission. Neat. Oh, look at that. That's what holds the plastics on. Ah, I see. So this, what holds this on here? What all here has to come off? This is for your seat. This just goes. This is one piece. So if I had to guess, I would assume this just sits in here, doesn't it? Yes, it does. This side, I bet it's the same way. Oh yeah, look at that. It's just a little piece that just sits in there. Ah. Okay, look at that. Right there and there. There's bolts. So I'm gonna go on ahead and guess it comes off here too. That also is a support. Oh, the seat's not secured to anything anymore. Nice. Yep. We'll have to remember that, I guess. There we go. Easily. There's our seat bolts. So now those should be 9 or 10, right? Or are they something? Everything on here's got to be metric, I bet. Let's try 1/2 inch. Grab the socket from my impact driver. Let's see how difficult this is to get out of here. Kind of surprised at the fact that that didn't hold on to this frame. That's going to strip, so I'm not going to go any further in it. Let's see if we can get this one out of here. That one might need help getting loose. All of them seem kind of tight. These ones, yeah, with the socket. You gotta help it sometimes. The battery on it might be dead too, which is probably why. wondered how this came off. I didn't think it'd be that entitled to, or that entailed to take it off. It can't just be that though, there's gotta be more to it. Yeah, I thought there was. So I guess you would have had to take the seats off anyway, and now that I've, oh. That is the support for that. That's a problem. Let's just see how far into it we can get before we realize that we have an issue. I think that we should be able to take, we're going to have to take this off, I'd assume one way or another. There we go. Oh, that's stripped. I don't think that's supposed to be like that, but I guess maybe it is. Well, the other one is too, so. Alright. There they are. There we go. Yeah, the whole roof moves though now, which that doesn't look right to me. Let's go ahead and open this box. I want to, well, I would assume that this would have to come off and there would be another bracket. Get these screws. I didn't realize all you saw was down here. That's the wrong size. I'm thinking that this should take off the plastic is what I'm assuming, which yeah, it looks like it does. Yep, with that it does, cool. So we don't even need to take those out completely, we can just loosen them and move them. And once we loosen and move them, we should be able to get to those nuts or those bolts on the bottom, making that easier to get the face out. And we're probably going to want to put something in here to support the roof. Unless it might be okay. You know, it might be alright leaving the roof just floating. I don't really see too much of an issue there. As long as you don't try to sit on it or anything, it should be alright. There, look at that. So cool, that gets those out of our way. Now we need a 13mm socket for the impact driver. And I can get in here and get those out. You know, isn't 13mm equal to... Yes, it is. It is equal to... I thought so. I don't have any 13mm around here anymore that I can find, but I have a whole bunch of that's what can make work. Let me get another battery. It is something that this isn't really designed for the road, but it is something intended to be able to be used on a roadway. So I'm assuming that that's why they have these ridiculously tight. If we're careful, now if we don't rip on it or yank under anything stupid like that, we should be able to get this. There we go. Come on. No. There you go. We'll take this and put it over here. So now that we have that out of the way, we should be able to throw the new piece on the back. Let's get this opened up. Let me get all this stuff out of the way. Let's get this box opened up and let's see what we got. So let's go ahead and let's open up the mystery package. I've seen it ripped already. I don't know where the bottom of it is. Or well, which side of it's the bottom. I'm assuming this side is the top. All the writing is right side up. Watch it be a different color than what we have. Oh, it sucks. Does this just lift off, or? There we go. So there's our seat. This is the back. I'm assuming, yep. Oh, good, it actually matches. There we have it. Cool. I was kind of worried about that. So we figured out how to do that without looking at any instructions. Let's see if we can figure out how to do this. So if I had to guess, this is probably what holds something. Figure it out. Get everything out, lay it out, and I guess we'll just see. Here's the top. Those might come in handy, so I guess we'll hold on to them or if we get stuck somewhere. I mean, I would think it's simple, but I don't know, maybe not. Oh, this is here. Foot bracket. This is what your feet go on. Oh, this stuff can go over here. I might save it for game. I bet you this right here is what made it so heavy. That's your platform. Yeah. Yeah, that's your platform right there. Okay, so as I laid stuff out and kind of started looking at it, looking at where holes were and things, I'm thinking I have it. I might be able to get it to a certain extent and get it all together. So looking at this, This, I believe, is what holds the seat, and I think that because I see these right here, and I also see these two holes right there. I'm guessing the bolts for them go into here, and that is what holds this to the cart. And then this is for your, this is what holds your, this is what holds your seat on and also your top. That's my thought on that. So that goes there. There's another one that goes on the other side is what I'm guessing. And then from there, I would think that there is a support. There's got to be something that goes down to the bottom, and I'm probably going to end up having to put the plastic piece on, which I do still have. Yeah, I believe that's how that goes. So we put those on there, then once we put those on there, we can take, and these will be supported again. I'm going to cut this zip tie so I can take this off. There's a zip tie on both of them. So now since we've done that, let's see if we can get this to go back. What bolts held this on? It was these ones, correct? Or was it those? No, it was these. These are the big ones. Have that. Let's get it figured out. I need to hold it so it doesn't run away. That'll hold that up. Once we get these in there and tight, we can put the bolts in on the bottom. I'm not going to tighten them quite yet, because I want to make sure that I'm right. Looking at it, that's what it looks like to me. And I say that because it has the same things on it as the, well, the thing that went on in the back here that held the, I'd assume would hold a bag, had things on it that kind of came over and went into this upper thing. So I'm assuming that's what this is, and it looks like the holes line up. Am I right? I don't know. We'll find out, I'm sure. We screw something up. So there we go, that's on. And there's our plastics. Now we have that. So what went in? These went down the bottom. I got comments about it in the past. Why don't you just look at the directions? To be completely honest with you, this way, to me, is a lot more fun than it is just to look at the directions and see how it's made. It helps you learn, because as you look at it and put more stuff together more often on your own, you know, it builds, God, what was, somebody, one of the guys on YouTube I watched explained it the way that it is. It trains your brain. I guess is another way of putting it. It makes problem solving. It helps you problem solve. You look at things and you get a general idea of how they go together. And as you look, you know, for example, where I spotted these welded pieces onto there, I said, you know, that looks just like what came off for the bag holder that held this. I bet that is what goes on there and holds this. And so far, everything looks to be lining up, so that's just my way of doing it. So far, it seems like it's working well. I didn't tighten these bolts, so that just slid. But yeah. It's not wanting to go first. I got it in on that side for right now, that's all that matters. So that looks about right to me. And I think, I don't know what would go right there. I don't know if we put this piece back on there or not, that plastic. I'm assuming that goes back on there. We really didn't even need to take it off, it seems like. Let's just try to get this back. Grab a socket and just key it in. Try fighting with it. Where'd the other bolt go? Should be another bolt. So I discovered I'm missing a bolt, however that should be alright. I don't see any problem there. These were 12. I'm missing a bolt though, it fell somewhere. Where it fell, I don't know. I'll have to look in there with a light later, I guess. Just round it out. It was 12 or 13. These are 12. Taking them down to the point where they're easy to turn with the once it starts stripping the head, I'll stop. I wonder if they put Loctite from the factory. This metal that they use, this isn't a solid piece tube, which I'm not particularly a fan of, because I think the tube is starting to crush. So, one thing I noticed. There we go. That seems good to me. So now, hopefully, that should be all right. So let's see if we can figure out where everything else goes from here. I'm guessing that plastic piece is gonna have to go back on, maybe. So I'm not sure if you're supposed to put the back on before you put the back seat on. However, I'm gonna go on ahead and just get this mounted. That way it's on there and it's set and ready. I'm trying to think of how it went. I believe it goes like that. I think that's the top. Yep, that looks right. So we'll get this on here. I would think that you could mount this back on, and then once you got this mounted on, once you got that mounted on there, you could get the rear seat put together. I haven't started on that yet. Right now it's just getting this thing set up and ready. I'm trying to do as much as I can without looking at the book. I do have the book for it. I haven't looked yet at it. And I'd like to try not to. So, if I can avoid it, I will. I figured. Gotten it in the threads yet. I'm going to go too far on this. Okay, I'm not impressed. And the reason I say I'm not impressed is as I'm tightening down on that, I'm watching that metal crush. You should not do that, and yeah, that's ridiculous. So, great. Well, I guess every so many miles I'll have to check it and make sure everything looks good under it. So, let's go on ahead and let's take a look at the seat and figure it out. So I think I'm going to go on ahead and put the panel back, the little plastic panel back over top of this, because I don't really think we need to get under there for anything. I thought we did looking at it, but maybe not. We'll just go on ahead and put that all back together and get that out of the way, because I don't think my initial thought was we would have to get into the frame in order to get that off. But then I looked at it closer and I thought, you know, it's just this here. I don't think we need to take that off. So we'll just leave that like that for now. I'll leave the bolts out temporarily. I do have the covers though for these. I guess we can put these back. Will these work? It goes to that side. I don't know if these will work anymore now since we've changed that. Well, no, maybe not. So we don't have these anymore. Well, this is back on here. Let's take a look at some stuff and let's see what we can figure out. Well, let's face it. I know I'm one that doesn't like to pull the book out and look at it, but I got really curious and I started to look into it a little bit, and I was correct on what I said here. Now I look at this and I see that you're supposed to remove this metal piece here. I'm not sure if you're actually supposed to or not, the one that supports the roof. I mounted it back on here when I put this back on. I'm gonna wait and see if I have to take that back off or not and change it for something else. I don't see anything else looking through that looks like that. So I don't think we need to take that off. That doesn't look like it. I don't know what that is. So, however, I do have these. These line up with that, yeah, and then they show this here putting that on. So, although they uninstalled theirs different than what I had to do. When we took the rack off the back here, they show bolts coming out of the bottom. We didn't have that. We had bolts coming out there, and then these ones that we had to take out. They don't show that on there, which is kind of interesting, so I wonder if that's for a different model than what we have. So then, that also makes me wonder if this is going to work. But looking at it, I was right. They want you to put this plastic piece in, so okay, that's what I thought. And then these right here, according to what I see in the picture, shows these being the brackets that hold, well, they go in like that, hold the seat up, and it looks like this lines up with that. So there must be, was it on the, I don't know. Don't know. That's what it looks like to me. So that's how we'll do it. It's kind of embarrassing, and I'm disappointed I had to pull the book out, but you may as well, you know, I want it done right. I have it done right, make sure it is. Where's the hole? Where's my hole? Yeah, I know I'm an activist for not looking at the books. I usually don't. I try not to. But yeah, this one time I had to, just to make sure that I was right, which I was. So we'll probably figure it out from here. I probably won't even look at it anymore. It's up there though. It came if we need to. So, oh, they want you to, looks like they do. That's what I thought. Because I was just about to secure that, but they want you to use it for doing this. That's the right way. No, I have it backwards. Maybe it is a good thing my dumbass decided to look. But I will admit I got pretty far without looking at the book. I guess that's a good thing. Where's the other bolts? These are the ones that came out here. I'm going to put that together loose for right now. And then what else? What other thing, since we're already cheating, we may as well just cheat a little further. What does it tell us? Ah. So this holds folding part. So I think this is what goes here. I think. I want to say it is. look like they line up with that. So I wonder if that is how it goes. Oh, look at that. There's things down here that line up with this. Well, I guess that is how it goes. Okay, cool. So let me figure out what bolts. You know, to be completely honest with you, I got the plate all bolted down and everything. If it wasn't for those shitty ass Chinese cheap mounts down there below that plate, and that plate being behind the axle like it is, that would make a pretty decent little utility vehicle. I wouldn't quite say a truck, but it'd make a decent little vehicle. You put an actual bed on the back of it. That's an idea, actually. And now that I see how it goes and how you could do that, I don't know. It's kind of tempting just to leave it like that. That's pretty well usable. But I guess we'll go on and get the rest of this stuff put on there. I just wanted to kind of show that off. That's kind of neat, to be honest with you. So let's see if we can get these mounted on here. I have the little brackets over here for putting on the feet wells. I'm not sure what bolts exactly you're supposed to use. I would assume these ones. Hoping that these are the right bolt for this. Should be. So we'll put that one on, and then I'll grab the other one. There we go. Cool. So I think for right now we'll just throw that together kind of loose, that way we can adjust it. And my thought is I wonder, I would assume the footboard bolts to that, which I'm thinking that's how it goes. It's got holes in the front and holes in the side. I think it goes that, and then the side ones go into the handrails that go on the side. I wonder if we should get those on there first, so that way we can run a bolt through the side handles and have that part took care of, and then we can get that secured, and that'll help hold it up while I put those in. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe that's what we'll go on ahead and do next. Let's see if we can go on ahead and get this back piece figured out. These are our things that go on the side that hold up the footward panel as well as the side railings. So we can get these in. I see a bolt hole here, and this is our back piece that holds the cushion. I see a bolt hole there and a bolt hole there. I think this one lines up with this one. This one goes down in here. There's another one going through there, and I believe there's a thick washer here, because when we put the thing there, it's going to have to go right there, so that way there's not a bunch of slot between there and that's not mounting crooked. So that's my thought. Let's see if I'm right. So we can go on ahead and we can get, I'm going to assume it's probably that size for down here. Oh, that seems kind of big, if you ask me. So now it comes to putting foot plate on, which I'm assuming that those hold it. I never tightened these down when I put them on here. Just more or less stuck them on. Slide through there, does it? No. Figure out what size bolts go through here. Where's the other bolt? It's like this. Right up here. No. One more. Maybe not. Unless this is it. No, that's not. I don't know where that one went. Missing one. Shit. Same size as that one. Cool. So I think now we have the complicating stuff out of the way. Should just be the more simple shit like that. Well, I looked. We missed something. Oops. So there's a piece, this one over here, and this actually goes in between here and there. This right here. It goes in. That might be for the other side. It goes like that. It's supposed to be for. So there's something that we missed. I thought something here didn't seem right. So that's for this. Yeah, that seems better. So it pulls on that. Yeah, I had thought something here didn't quite seem right with how much back and forth that had before. So now once we put these in here, that'll explain and solve my theory that I had. Because I thought that's not going to support anybody at all. Nice to not even have this spot here. That would take up a lot less area. And there we go. So that's what we missed. And let's just go on it. Well, let me get everything tightened down first now that we have that figured out, and then we'll come back. So I got everything on here tight, so I believe the next and last piece to do is to get this mounted on here. It shouldn't be that hard at all, actually. Oh, I did that to easier to find or whatever. Let's see. There we go. So we'll get this one let's see. Get this. So it in as easy as we got that. There we go. Look at that. We got a back seat now. Cool. So there we go. What's your deal? So there we go. So now the rear seat's on there. Let me get those bolts tightened down. I'll just do that off camera just to make the video a little bit shorter. And then, yeah, there we go. I think we have the rear seat done. I got the seat tightened up on there. Everything should be tight how it needs to be. I guess let's test it and see if it actually holds. Well, I'd say it works. Oh wow, that's bad. I could see me hitting my head on whoever's sitting. Well, maybe not. Not bad. Seems alright. Holds my fat ass. That's all I gotta say about it. So there we go. And then the nice thing that folds down, you get yourself a little bench. That'll come in handy. You could eat lunch off after. I'll do something off of that. So yeah, I guess let's go on ahead and get this school bus out of here now. We gotta back it out of the bay, which is gonna be fun. I might try to flip it around if I can. A little bit longer than it was before. It's actually not as long as I thought it was gonna be with the seat on the back. I had thought that the seat came out another few feet, but apparently not. It's right over top of the fenders, which, well, okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then that little thing down on bottom, I thought that came out further too. I also had thought that bottom folded up and the bottom of the seat folded up, and it would fold up into here and you could strap it up for transporting it. That's how I thought originally that was, but no, apparently not. It's just set up like that. So, okay, well, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get it out of here. And let's take it out and just drive it around, make sure everything stays together. And if everything stays together, then I guess it's done. Sound good? Okay. Well, shit. Move up. Well. I spy pest. Alright guys, I want to take a second and thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If it's your first time checking out the channel, please consider going down below, hitting that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. It tells YouTube that you guys like the videos and want to see more. It tells myself the same thing. It does help the channel out a lot if you hit the like button on the video. I can assume, or I can assure you, this is not really a golf cart channel. We do a lot of other stuff besides golf carts, but we have this one. We've had this one around here now for a little while, so just kind of working on it and improving it and making it a little more easy to use, I guess. Easy to use, more useful, more like. It's actually really nice having this. So I can tell you right now that's going to come in really handy. So you'll probably see that return again in videos, I can assume, in the future. So yeah. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching again. Hope you enjoyed the video and hope you learned something. That was actually a lot more simple than I thought it was going to be to put on there. And I will hopefully catch all of you, if not most of you, in the next video. Take care guys.